Ever wonder what happens to cats and dogs that need a little extra love and have nowhere else to go? Well, today we've got a great heartwarming story for you that'll tickle your bones. Thanks for joining us. This is Out and About with the PoLo Team, where we get to showcase local businesses and owners and show you what makes Sarasota great. Today we're joined with Page and Jill, owners and thriving inspirations here for Satchel's Last Resort. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. So, for people that haven't heard, heaven forbid, about Satchel's Last Resort, tell us a little bit about it.
So Satchel's is we're called a last chance rescue, but quite honestly, we are an issue shelter. So we take dogs and cats that no other rescue will take, and it's usually because of extreme medical care that they need, like if a dog was hit by a car, usually we get called in to help with that dog, or if a dog has a behavior problem. We do a lot of behavior work here.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, thank you very much for that. So what was the inspiration behind Satchel's?
Satchel started, we were in Chicago and we found a dog. So Satchel started with a dog, and we were on the board of a local shelter, and the shelter wouldn't take the dog. The dog had behavior issues. And what we did is no one would take the dog. We couldn't get any rescues to take the dog. Even our vets wouldn't take the dog. Yeah. So we basically just altered our behavior to have this dog live with us. And the dog lived with us, and the dog had a life. It wasn't probably the best life in the world, but it was a happy life. Yeah. And he interacted with our dogs, and we knew how to interact with him to keep ourselves safe. And we realized that we weren't the only, it was my husband and I, we realized we probably weren't the only people that ran into dogs like this, and that other people that hopefully we could help. It was more about the dogs than about the people. We wanted to help the dogs and cats that had issues because people weren't willing to deal with them.
Yeah. So that dog was Satchel? That's right?
No, unfortunately the dog wasn't Satchel, but the dog did live with Satchel. In fact, the dog's name was Groucho because he was really grouchy. And then about 3 or 4 years in, we thought, oh my God, we're probably affecting his behavior. Yeah. So we named him Boucho because we thought Groucho was maybe making him not feel right about himself, you know?
Right, he had issues with that, right?
Yes.
How he felt. Yes. Well, good. So then Satchel, and this all started up in Chicago, my understanding?
We met Groucho. We met Groucho in Chicago, and interestingly enough, when we brought him home, we lived right in the city, and our neighbor had children. Yeah. And we were in the city, and we actually moved to Florida because we were afraid that Groucho would hurt somebody. Oh, yeah. And we didn't want him hurting anybody because we knew he would die. Yeah. So we came down here, and when Satchel started, there was nothing here. Yeah. This was just a big field in amongst a lot of other big fields. And I mean, interestingly enough, now we're across the street from next door to, or down the road from every single big project that's going on. But back then, for the first 10 to 15 years, we were sort of isolated out here, and it was perfect. We put up all the fencing, we took in the dogs, and it was mostly just my husband and I working with the dogs, and then we finally did bring trainers in, and then we got some amazing volunteers, and it just went from there.
It sounds like you got some great grassroots efforts starting going in here. Myself and my wife, we started in real estate in Chicago as well. Oh, okay. So we all have the Chicago connection. That's great. Midwest people, the best people, right? Yeah. So now you guys get down here and get this started. Satchel's and actually, because Groucho, Boucho was kind of all the inspiration here. What makes Satchel's unique in that characteristic about dog shelters in Sarasota, or animal shelters? Because you do cats here as well.
Yeah. Well, and Jill, having come in she's been with 3 other shelters, so she's probably a good one to answer that.
I would say Satchel's really excels in giving the dogs and cats just everything that you would give your own dog and cat. There's so much love and passion here with our volunteers and our staff, and there's a really big understanding of what it takes to help a dog get rehabilitated. Our mission is to rescue, rehab, and rehome, and that's what we focus on, is the rehab. We do take in, like Paige said, a large percentage of our dogs have some type of behavior issue. Yeah. And so we have different programs geared towards having volunteers work one-on-one with different dogs and get the training they need so they can make an impact on that dog and hopefully get that dog to the point where they can move into a comfortable home and live out the rest of their lives. So they have the gift of time. There is no time limit here at Satchel's. As long as it takes for us to find that perfect home for the dog, we give them that. And that really makes us stand out. And every dog here gets that one-on-one attention that I think a lot of shelters aren't able to provide.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And if I can just
please.
add to that, we have a 90% adoption rate. I mean, these last chance dogs that would be dead, we actually get them rehabbed and get them turned around, and we also have a very low return rate. We're not the easiest shelter to adopt from, because we put so much time and effort into our animals. We want to make sure that it's the right animal for the adopter, and the adopter, knows how to deal with the animal. We're incredibly honest with our adopters in terms of the issues our dogs have.
They know what they're walking into.
They do know what they're walking into, and we also help them. We do follow up with them.
Yeah.
We make sure that the dog is right for them, and we take our dogs back. That is huge. If it doesn't work out, no questions asked, bring the dog back, and we will try to find another one for you if that's what you want.
Yeah. And see, I think that's the kind of care that goes into a lot of this is your background in there, putting people together with this, and one of the values that is core to us at the PoLo team is giving back, and so that's something that we really want to work with you guys on, and we've kind of said that this has become our pet project. Pun intended, and I think that's just some of the beauty of it. And one of the things that really stood out to us too is, people talk about no-kill shelters, and you mentioned to us in one of our conversations before that you guys are a true no-kill. And if correct me if I'm wrong, there's no-kills in other places they have a minimum of 85% no-kill, and here's one that you guys, the dog may end up staying here forever, but he's going to be here, or she, or wherever they may be. And I think that's a beautiful thing to be able to give somebody, as you said, a second chance, and even to return an animal. That's a wonderful thing. So we thank you for that.
Well, thank you. But I will also give other shelters some slack here, because even though we are no-kill, once we make a commitment to an animal, that animal lives. And if it can walk and eat, it lives.
Yeah.
And enjoy.
And enjoy. Yes. And we don't just warehouse them. Our dogs get out 4 times a day. They get touched 4 times a day. Touching is very important to a dog. It's the only way. Jill puts it really well about, go ahead, when you take a dog out of the shelter, you can see if it's limping. You can see if it's healthy. You can see if it's in an okay mood. You can,
just the fact that that we don't have here, and we aren't going to use this system in the next building that we build, the guillotine door system, because we want to be able to leash up our dogs and take them out into the yard and see how they are acting every day.
Let them feel some genuine care.
That's right.
And compassion.
And then here at our property, we have close to 12 acres, and our yards are large. The dogs can just run and enjoy and find a sunny spot if they want to. They can roll in the dirt if they want to. There's plenty of them, plenty of scents for them to chase. So we really want to maintain that. We are in the process of
the one point I wanted to make, though, is that we think we're different than other shelters, because unfortunately we have to say no. I mean, as hard as it is to believe, we get 10 to 20 calls a day of people.
Matter of space.
People trying to give up their animals.
Yeah.
And we're trying to find a way to reach them before it gets to that point.
Very good.
Because yes, we are no kill. Once we make a commitment, you're here.
And I think one of the things that you touched on too, and one that I really wanted to focus on too, is there's a big giving back event coming up with Satchel's Last Resort at a place I really enjoy. So I don't want to steal much of your thunder on that, but I want you guys to talk. We have an event coming up. I'll say we, because we will be there. Tell us about this Pawscars event that's coming up and how people can get involved and help.
I have to start because the Pawscars event is a birthday party.
Yay.
And it's a birthday party, not for Satchels, but for Satchel. Satchel
dog.
was my dog.
Yeah.
He would be 36 if dogs lived as long as we'd like them to live. Every year we have a party, and usually we have some theme. And this year it's the Pawscars. And you could...
Get your calendar ready.
It's at Big Top. The band is incredible that's going to be there.
Gas House Gorillas.
Gas House Gorillas. They're incredibly popular. This is a free event. You can come to it. We do, this year we have shuttle parking because every year we've had a little bit of parking. There's tons of parking there, but we do luckily get a lot of people that come.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
there's going to be shuttle service. And it's just, it's a birthday party. So there's a band.
Celebrate the dogs.
Yes, we sell
Red carpet, right?
We have raffle items. We
Awesome.
have the band, music, food, fun. Lots of fun.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This will be September 6th. Mark your calendars. 6 to 9.
10.
6 to 10.
Yeah.
Dogs welcome.
Yes.
Animals welcome.
Absolutely. You can even bring children.
There you
Children
go.
are welcome.
Children are welcome.
Absolutely.
So live
Everybody's
band,
welcome.
music,
Great
Have yourself
food.
a drink outdoors.
Yes.
Come one, come all.
It's Origins Pizza. Taco Fusion will be there.
Great. So have some food and some beverage.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now I know there's a couple of ways that people can support this specific event too. People could potentially get a poster that by the time this airs, that may or may not still be available, but they can also make donations to this. How can they go ahead and do that?
So they can go to our website, which is satchelslastresort.org, and if they just click on our events, you'll see our Pawscars event, and there is a link which can go directly to our landing page, which will show you our options. You can have a movie poster made. We chose 10 really fun blockbuster movies where they can basically take the leading lady or leading man of a movie and put your dog or cat in the place
awesome.
of that person.
Awesome.
So that's one option, and then also we are casting votes for different Academy Award type categories like best performance in an offsite event.
Yeah.
Or best begging performance.
I saw one was best windowsill soliloquy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there was one. Don't quote me. It was best treat stealer or something
That's
along
right,
those
yeah,
lines.
that's right.
So it can be a lot of fun at this event too. And so if people want to help Satchels beyond that too, how can they support you through donation or dropping off items? What's the best way for them to get in touch with you there?
They don't even need to get in touch with us. They can, if they have things that they need to donate, and it's things that you probably won't even think of. We need contractor bags all the time. We need bleach. We need HE laundry detergent. We get dog toys, but we also need soft dog treats.
Yeah.
Our dogs get a treat.